Hello, my name is Gary Berryhill. I'm with the Warriors Rest Foundation. My first exposure to peer support and to a peer support team came in 1995 after the Oklahoma City bombing. I was with the United States Marshal Service in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma after that tragic event. I was first exposed to peers from our own agency and then to other mental health support that was brought in from other agencies and on a volunteer basis. At that point, being like most normal law enforcement officers, I resisted all that. I refused to participate in any counseling sessions. I refused to participate in any of the peer support situations. I involved myself in one group debriefing, and after that, I stayed away from that whole process. I then became some issues at work, issues at home after being exposed to that traumatic event. It affected personal life, professional life, and 5 years later, I then became involved with a peer support team with our own agency, and then I went to see mental health professionals who assisted me in processing and getting me to talk about the things I was exposed to during the response to the Oklahoma City bombing. That's where I became a firm believer in the peer support process, where I know that helping someone through a peer support program can be a huge assistance. A good peer support program can also become a segue to help other officers, other co-workers, other first responders realize there is nothing wrong with going and talking to mental health professionals whenever it's a severe traumatic event. After the Oklahoma City bombing, like most law enforcement officers, I felt like I was okay. I felt like I was fine. I thought I could handle any of the reactions that I was having to being exposed to that event. I kept working. I kept doing things. I kept ignoring the changes that were happening to me and in my life. I refused any kind of assistance. Eventually, I was convinced to go and speak to mental health professionals. Luckily, I went to a mental health professional that's familiar with and knowledgeable about law enforcement, that was knowledgeable about first responders, how we react, how we need to think, how we deal and process things. By going to a mental health professional who is knowledgeable in those things, it is much better than going to a routine mental health person. I got more assistance. I was encouraged, providing the tools, the techniques, and the counseling I needed. Where I returned to work, I was able to do things again with my career, and I finished with a fully successful career that I was very proud of from the United States Marshal Service. It enabled me to then become the chief of our national peer support team. It allowed me to use the trials and tribulations that I had to deal with from the Oklahoma City bombing and help others throughout their career and help their families whenever we responded to assist other law enforcement officers within our agency and even other agencies as well.